everybody's managing well. Today, I just wanted to make a video on my book catalog that I'm kind of starting up a little bit. Got 5 books here. For 2026, I kind of wanted to get into reading of some sort. I enjoy a lot of media. I enjoy TV shows and video games a lot, and I think I liked reading a good bit throughout grade school, and it's just something that I think is it's really good for you mentally, and it's very peaceful. You know, it's a different way of a different hobby, a different way of enjoying stories and different forms of just literature. But the first book I have is Dark Matter. It is a science fiction novel. It's like the best way to categorize it, I guess, would be it's pretty similar to like the Black Mirror series. It's a lot of dimensions, and it's really interesting. It always keeps you on edge. You don't really know exactly what's going on all the time, which is part of like the good factor of it. But I enjoyed it. It's the first book I read in January of this year, 2026. It's probably the first book I read since maybe 2021, like from start to finish. But I enjoyed it. I think I would definitely recommend it if you haven't read in a long time and you want to get back into something. I think that it's definitely a good, not really necessarily a novice read, but it's pretty easy to comprehend. But it also has a series on Apple TV that's, I think, pretty much the same basis as the story or the book. I've been meaning to watch it, but I don't have Apple TV, so at some point in the future I'd like to watch it. I think it'd be good. Second one I read this one in February. It's a classic. I think it's been pretty big for a long time. You know, it's The Old Man and the Sea. It's a story about a old fisherman in Cuba, and he ends up going through some bad luck, and he hasn't got a fish in, I think it's like 70 days, and him and his child companion, just another kid that lives in the village, the child sees him as a mentor, and he ends up going alone out in the ocean, and nobody really expects much from him. People are counting him out, and he has a great adventure out in the ocean, and ends up, going through a lot of tough stuff. But it's just great on perseverance and continuing to do what you love, and not listening to others and having faith in yourself. But it's good. I like it. It's relatively shorter too. It's about 120 pages. This is the third one, The Last House on Needless Street. I actually haven't read this one. Those other two are the only ones I've read. I read them in January and February and kind of got away from it. I want to get back into it. months ago, and it's apparently a very good horror book. A lot of people love it. It's really bizarre and has a way of writing where like it's a lot of delusion. A lot of the characters have mental strain on them and trauma, so they're really hard to understand. Like what's real and what's not. And apparently it's unsettling and it's just something that's kind of eerie. But yeah, I'm planning on probably reading this one next. I want to get around to it at some point. This is the fourth one. This is a comic book. You go and see. Um, but yeah, it's a comic book. I bought this from a game/collection store, like a retro store. Um, and I thought it looked interesting. I really don't know much about it. I just know it's a what if or some sort of scenario where the Batman ends up getting infected by some serum or something from Joker, I believe, and he ends up having half of his true self and half like evilness from Joker, and it's called A Batman Who Laughs. Looked really cool. I do plan on getting to it here soon when I get some time. And here is the fifth one. This is a collection of novels, a lot of short stories from John Steinbeck, and I got it initially because I wanted to read Of Mice and Men, but it's got a lot of classics. I know a lot of people like The Pearl, and I believe Tortilla Flat is also one that is well recommended. But yeah, it's very thick. It's got a lot of stuff in here, and it should be really intriguing. But yeah, just something that I was thinking about getting back into reading wise, and